Hello, and welcome to season 2, episode 4 of Let's Talk About It. Yay! I am your host, DiDi Skky, DiDi Skky, and I am so glad that you guys are with us tonight. Come on in, as we always say, come on in. This show is just for you to engage and be enlightened, be educated, and entertained. So we want you to hop on in. Let us know that you are here. Come on into our feed. If you're watching on Facebook, Instagram, or on our YouTube streaming channel. So glad that you're here with us tonight. And I actually have to get accustomed to saying season 2. I'm just still in shock that we're rolling for a second season. So it feels so good, but it feels even better because I have my boy with me, my sidekick. I call him the voice behind the meme, the man behind the meme, the voice of God. Give it up for Maejor.
Yo, Didi, what's up?
What's happening, Maejor? How are you?
I'm doing good. Didi, thank you for renewing my contract for season 2, man. I really appreciate that. I know I've clicked some buttons that shouldn't have been clicked, and I've said some things that I wish I hadn't said. But thank you so much for renewing my contract. How you feeling?
Listen, I wouldn't be me if it weren't for you. You know what I'm saying? We're like we're Batman and Robin in this thing. You know what I'm saying? I have to have you. I have to have you by my side. You know,
yes,
ma'am. It wouldn't be me without you. It wouldn't be you without me.
Turn up.
Man, they're pouring in. Shouts out to Rachel in here with us tonight. Sean is here. Hey sis, how are you? Bria, yours truly, April. Man, come on in, call a friend, tell them to log in and engage with us tonight. Tonight's show is going to be really, really good. You know, I've always said that we pride ourselves in not only providing entertainment, resources and all of that good stuff, but we also tell stories of everyday people. And so today we have a millennial couple with us who's going to tell us all about love and marriage in the millennial world. Maejor, have you ever been married or engaged?
Well, you know, Didi, I've been a lot of things, but not officially married or engaged by law, man. You know, there's some people maybe coming after me for some common law stuff, but not by the grace of the paperwork. No, man. I've been cutting up. You know, Didi, it's the crazy thing. Yeah, okay. I found out just like yesterday, man, that June is actually like what? What is June, Didi? Because apparently every month has something special going on, and June is not. Yeah.
Yes, June is actually considered the month of marriage. You know, the wedding month. Yeah. So
okay.
June is the wedding month. Yeah. So you have that right there. You celebrate the years. It's definitely considered that because a lot of my other life, because I got a lot of jobs. I do a lot of different things. And guess what? Look, y'all, I'm home. We'll talk about that.
Right. Yeah. Right.
But nonetheless, another part of what I do is special events, and I curate platinum weddings. I don't do listen, let me be real clear. The Sky brand does not do, just the regular weddings. It needs to be on a platinum level because I go all out.
Okay.
So, but yes, and this June is a very popular month for weddings because the weather is typically pretty good. Especially in this area, less rain. You can do your outside views and all of that good stuff. So yeah. June is the month. So that's why that's today's show. So we are so glad again that you guys are with us. If you are watching on Facebook or on Instagram streaming, and I'm hoping that I am streaming. I was so excited to have our guest on, and we started talking. We know some of the same people, and we'll tell you the stories behind who we know, but just kind of engaging with them. I'm not even sure if I connected to the Instagram live, but I hope I did. If not, you can always catch us on our YouTube streaming. But if you're
watching on Instagram, you ain't on there today. I see it.
Right. That's the thing. Like, you're not there. We won't see you. But anyway, you're here with us on Facebook. Go over and subscribe to our YouTube channel. So important. Subscribe, 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 and also share this live on your page if you're watching us on Facebook, because we want everybody to hop on in and have a good time with us today. After our special interview, we're going to play Blackronyms. It's back.
Oh my God. Blackronyms. Yo, Blackronyms in the building, folks. And I know they probably like, what the hell is a Blackronym? But we're going to tell you what a Blackronym is when you stick around to the end, all right?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And lastly, Maejor, one piece that we have not done is we have not decided on the name of our crew. You know,
DiDi,
our followers.
DiDi, what are you calling it? What are you calling it?
I just call it the Sky Team. You know,
the Sky Team. Now, see that's not going to work.
The Sky Team, the crew.
That's not working. Well, DiDi, do you know? No, do you know who the Sky Team is? DiDi, this is the Sky Team. When I think of the Sky Team, I think you're getting ready to go to jail. You're getting ready to get shut down, man.
Are they going to sue us for using the Sky Team? Well, there's two K's and one Y, so it'll be it will be different. It's two K's and one Y.
Okay. Because I thought, that's like an airline allegiance or whatever that is, man. I don't know if you want to go up against them. And tell you what, if you do decide to go up against the Sky Team,
you go split
I wasn't there. You
didn't sign up for that, huh?
No, I didn't agree to that. Just Sky Team know it. Yeah. Hey, look.
Well, we're gonna leave it up to, hey Karma, good to see you. Darlene is in the building. We're gonna leave it up to them. Listen, guys, we need you to give us your name. Give us some suggestions on what you would like for us to call you, how you want us to reference you. Because we're going to start putting it in graphics and referring to you. You know, come on in. We want to hear from the... Now I'm scared to say it because Maejor making me feel like we're about to get sued. Anyway.
No, we are not going to get sued, DiDi. Let's just stop. There's no... Hell no, we are not going to get sued.
Shouts out to Levi in the building. Jaquita is here with us. Again, share the page, hop on in because we got some good stuff for you. But tonight's show is brought to you by WHISKED by GENO.
Discover your new addiction with WHISKED by GENO. Luxury makeup brushes by celebrity makeup artist Geno Freeman. This line of pristine makeup wands are tried and tested for a perfect blend. Engineered with a unique combination of natural and synthetic fibers to create an ultimate set of brushes that are soft to touch and durable for all application processes. The order includes a set of 10 brushes and a leather traveling case. To make a purchase, visit whiskedbygeno.com. That's WHISKEDBYGENO.com. Add luxury to your makeup kit with WHISKED by GENO.
That's right, WHISKED by GENO. And again, hey, it's wedding season, so definitely check out WHISKED by GENO and all of the services that he provides. Woo! Okay, so let's go on and hop on into tonight's show. We're going to talk to a millennial couple that's going to tell us all about love and marriage. But before we do, let's check out these statistics. As of March 2024, 44% of millennials are married, which is lower than other generations. 81% of the silent generation. Okay, so you're saying the silent generation, that's like my mom's, my mom and dad's age. They were married between the ages of 23 and 38. And they got married pretty early in the game because that was like a part of the heritage and the family history was, of course, to work and to get married. And so definitely you can see those statistics there. According to a June 2023 survey, 83% of millennials and Gen Z expect to get married, but 17% don't. And then 73% of them feel it's too expensive to get married in today's economy. So since it is Bridal Month, the month of marriage, we wanted to bring on this couple. And I'm so excited to introduce to you all, my friends, the Johnsons. Give it up for Marquis and Katrina.
Hi.
Hey, y'all, how are you?
We're good. How are you?
So good to have you both on with us. Welcome to the show, Marquis and Katrina.
Thank you.
Wow, I'm just so excited. Just a little bit background for for our audience. Katrina and I worked together on some projects together for an agency, and I was actually one of the contractors that came into this agency to produce something, a project for them. And her and I started talking about the podcast and what the premises are and the background and all of that. And we talked about them coming on the show. And she was like, absolutely, yes, we will come on and talk. And so, as I mentioned in the introduction, the show isn't just about entertaining. It's not just about us having celebrity guests and influencers. I think it's an influence for everyday people that come on that have stories to share. So you all, I applaud you, and thank you for coming on.
Yeah,
we're having us.
Yes, we do.
Yes. So let's jump on in. Tell me, I'm going to ask for you to give us just a little bit of background of you individually. So Marquis, tell me about you, your background, who you are, where you're from, what you've done, and then Katrina, do the same, and then we'll come together and then have this whole conversation about the millennial marriage life.
Okay.
Well, I wish my wife would have went first. I'm from Florida, and then I ended up attending University of Alabama. I chose that school. I don't know over a lot of schools, but I'm glad I did. I ended up winning the national championship there. So I played for a couple good coaches. Some still successful to this day. And then I was drafted to play for the Rams and the Saints, but I was injured a lot. But I invested, thank the Lord Jesus, and I was able to use that to dive into real estate a little bit. I'm just now about to open a behavioral health clinic as well. I have probably about 15 years of background just in medical, in the medical field in general, just because I use my own. I've had 15 surgeries. So I use my own surgeries to kind of get for gab and to get into the physician liaison marketing world. And then now I just realized I just want to help people and change lives myself and not just use a little bit of my story, but it's a lot of athletes that have the same story and battle with mental health and men's and mental health. And I'm just so familiar with dealing with it. So that's where I'm at now. And I have 2 boys and my wife. So that's where we're at trying to build now.
Yes, I love that. I love what you're doing and how you're using your platform and your opportunities to not only better yourself, your family, but also give back to the community. So that is key. Katrina, tell us about you.
Yeah, sure. So my name is Katrina, originally from Philadelphia, also lived in New Jersey, and I am a publicist by day. Media relations, communications, all thing Marcom is my thing. Diehard Eagles fans, so fly Eagles fly if we have any Philadelphia Eagles fans out there. But me, I went to Delaware State University. Sorry, we have a baby. I went to Delaware State University, and so go Hornets, and moved down to Atlanta. Been down here since 2009, so it's been a minute. However, my career path was always communications. So I used to work for the Philadelphia 76ers, working for the agency that DiDi spoke of earlier. And I also have my own PR firm called the Highsmith Group. And so that has been my baby since 2011. And it's always been something that I've been really passionate about when it comes to communications. And so that's just a little bit about me. And, we live in Atlanta, but I am originally from, up north. And I claim that all day. As he said, he's originally from Florida.
Baby is here. I got so excited when I saw the baby. I'm not gonna lie, Katrina, I just lost focus. I was like, look at the baby.
And it's funny because remember I told you.
Yeah. So yes. Katrina
who that baby look just like you, man. Oh my goodness, that baby look just like you.
So cute. Oh my goodness, he's so precious. Yes, Katrina and I was actually working on the project. I had just wrapped and was doing all the wrap stuff and working on some other initiatives for the company. And she came to me and was like, girl. And I was like, and then I went on. And, we reconnected and she was like, yep, got the little one here. So I'm like, all right, yes. Okay, so thank you for sharing your individual lives. Let's talk about how you all came together. How did y'all meet and what was like the first impression of each other when y'all met?
I saw our legs. saw her leg. I'm an athlete. I'm third generation. My dad played ball too, so for me, like, I got a couple checkpoints, we don't play about it. So you gotta look like you got some good stock. Like, I'll make a baby with you. You got legacy being an athlete. You gotta have your head on strong. So her mom and dad were very successful, and she had her own thing going. You gotta have a little hustler. So when I met her, she had a townhome, but she'll rent out the room. I said, oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, room out. That was a sign.
That's what reeled you in, Marquis.
Hey, right. Just engaged. She was a hustler because I do real estate.
A hustler. It was her hustle factor and them legs. You said them legs.
That was all I needed. I don't need much. I really don't. Because it's just I'm raised like that. I have a lot of women in my family. They need things way worse than me. Even on her worst day, it's just different. You got a lot of women on your side of the family, and I got dad too and stuff like that. But those were the things that I was like. Those were two things. And
that was right. What was it?
Dark. Just like when I proposed to her, I was like, you can go from sugar to shit at any time. So knowing that she was looking good, had a girls group of 10 years, been on trips, and she was renting out a room with no real estate license, that was a sign that, oh, you getting it. Oh, you know how to, okay. It's more, you know what I mean? So I appreciate it.
I love it. I love, look.
Yeah. Not the renting out the room.
And 2 kids later, look at that.
We met but we did meet in Atlanta. We met at a lounge to a mutual friend at the time. It was very interesting how it happened. It happened very quickly. We were just out one day, and I was with a friend that knew him and his friend, and then he just asked like, "Hey, who's your friend?" And I was not necessarily paying attention, so I walked over when they told me who it was, and then me and him had a brief conversation, and the conversation went well. I mean, it just was it was an instant click, I guess, in a sense. Like, he didn't get on my nerves right away because I'm very moody. I'm a Gemini, so I'm like, what?
What kind of podcast is this? Is where you be open and honest, or you gotta hide?
Please do. Yes.
We hit it on winter after hours.
Oh yeah, we had a good time that night. So like I said, that was kind of like, okay, I had a good time with him, and then it continued. Like a couple weeks later, we went on our first date, and we went to see Dwelle at City Winery, and so it was nice. And so from there, we built a friendship.
Right. So it sounds as though you had some, a nice range. You were able to really be able to see each other, and it's in your own authenticity. And be yourselves around each other because you met with mutual friends and you were hanging out. And then when you had that time together, you did something special, which was going to see was it Dwelle? Yeah, at City Winery. And so how was that? How was that first date? Did y'all still, because sometimes now when you go on that first date, you still kind of bring your representative. Do you feel like either one of you brought representatives, or were you just straight no chaser?
I think we were straight no chaser.
I'm always straight no chaser.
Well,
I feel like she did. You dope. Like from get go. I used to say she used to have like taxi cab confessions. She used to have like these little confessions in the kitchen where she cooked, and I had to sit at a table, and then she could ask me everything. So and I felt like that was a time where she'll make herself feel secure. Anything, because that dating phase in Atlanta, man.
Right.
We in the A. So
that's right.
Yeah.
So you never know what you got going on, right. So I like that. Tell me about this kind of taxi cab confession. It was like truth or dare, like I'm getting ready, I'm gonna tell you something, you tell me something.
Make spaghetti or something with chicken, because that's her thing. And at the time I didn't know that was just how she reel them in. Now y'all throw that net out there and she stayed in the lane. Pastas, chicken.
I mean, I feel like this, like he thought I could cook, which I thought was so funny because I can cook, but I can't cook. Cook. Right. Because there's a difference. I got 5 dishes, and it was a different dish every day. So to him, he like sold, right? Thinking I was just, and then I repeated them damn dishes. Then following week, we just switched it up. You know what I'm saying? Instead of spaghetti on Monday, we had spaghetti on Thursday. Like this ain't what you think it is. Okay,
I wasn't sold. I understood she was good with a knife. And she had good skills. So that means her cooking, as of now, we're 6 years in, now she cooks a lot of different things.
Right. So you was all on the cooking. Oh my God, y'all are I'm gonna try to get through this. So listen, if you see the comments coming across the screen, that's how our audience engages. And I know you guys have questions and comments. Timothy said, "Damn, she got him with the spaghetti." So
No, it was a shrimp Alfredo, bro. I'm from Florida. It was a shrimp Alfredo. She put the seafood pasta got me.
it was a seafood. Shouts out to Darren and Bria in the house. Okay, so when did you go from okay, we're dating, now I want to be exclusive? And was there a conversation? Because what we're doing is we're not just helping. This isn't just about millennials. Like, this is about dating in general, and then the decision to get engaged and then married. So was there, when was that point for you where it was like, okay, I want to be committed to her and I want to be committed to him, where we're dating exclusively? When did it get to that point? And then when did you say, okay, now it's time for me to put a ring on it?
I can honestly say I was coming out of a situation.
Okay.
And so I had to deal with that and I had to handle it. But I can honestly say this would be good. I was dealing with the work way before even the breakup. Then when that happened, just because of how I am, I'm a PK kid. So I care about the integrity. I care how I leave women in general, because I had to see other people. I love her, but it's how I was raised and how people look at me, unfortunately, to a degree. So what I did was I started going to counseling because I saw myself spiraling from a past relationship while still dealing with it. So I had to kind of go through that. And when I finally met her, I was just coming out of it, and I was feeling good, and I was about to be out there in the streets. She had caught me. Atlanta had opened up some clubs, and then I saw her parents, I saw her background, and we had to start dating. And then when everything kind of flourished out and a little more time and kind of got a little more clear, I just came and got it. I just knocked on the door. Literally, I just drove up. She wasn't even picking up my phone call like that. I said, I'm good. I can just go. What up? What we doing?
Katrina, what? Tell us your side.
Like a month later for our birthday.
A month later, he was in there. He was ready. He had done the work, which is, I love that too. The fact that you said I needed to do the work on me first before I brought someone else into my life. That's key. That's key. That's how you know that someone is serious just in life general, rather not if you want to continue and be in a relationship with them, but someone, that you're looking to marry. So
that was hard. I think men, and not to piggyback, just because I'm in mental health right now. Even my contemporaries who make all the money and all that, they still shame counseling. I went to school for psychology. Listen, sometimes counseling is not for the post of anything. Sometimes it's about being preventative. You know what I mean? And I think that's what helped us in the beginning.
Yes. And Katrina, what was your experience like when did you know that he was the one?
Yeah, I think when he was referring to those, times we would sit at the table and kind of just talk, and kind of more of an interrogation, but whatever. But just so I could understand him, a little bit better. And I think when he started I think one thing about Marquis is that he's a more vulnerable individual than I'm accustomed to. And I thought that was something special about him, that he opens up, he's passionate, and he's not afraid to show his emotions when it comes down to how he's feeling. And so when we were dating, we took a break for a little bit so he could kind of figure out what he needed or what he had going on. And then we ended up, what? I'm like, excuse me, but I
didn't say y'all ain't take no break. He was still in there.
What we did. It was like a month.
You gotta get over that, men and women. You gotta get over that petty stuff. Sorry, you gotta get over that.
It was like a little hiatus, but it was just because I just wanted to understand what was going on. I'm like, are you done with your situation? Are you not? Figure that out, before you start. And so I think just getting through that and then really understanding that, like I said, he did show up at my door like, hey, I'm serious. It was like an old school with a gentleman way. And I think that's kind of what made me feel like, this is something that I really would like to explore more with him. And then we got into a relationship after that.
Right. What was the time period between the commitment to date and then the engagement and the marriage?
6 months.
No, I think that
Oh,
I want to. Oh, that's such a cute picture. I want to say that the commitment between the date. You're saying the dating period until we got engaged.
Yeah. Right. So how long did you date before you got engaged? And then how long were you engaged before you actually officially got married?
So we dated for about 2 years before he proposed to me. And then we were engaged and we were supposed to get married, like say a year and some change later, but I got pregnant with our first son during the process. So we really got married 2 years later. So yeah, so engaged 2 years, 2 years, and 2 years. That's how we're at 6. So it was 2 years of dating, 2 years of engagement in a sense, and then we got married.
Okay. And so what were some of your biggest surprise like adjustments in your first year of marriage? This was the first marriage for, I can't assume that. Was this the first marriage for both of you?
Yes.
Okay, so first marriage for both of you. What was, one of the biggest kind of surprises of your first year of marriage when it came to like adjustments?
To me, I want to say probably like exploring finances was a big thing. I know that they say that divorce, finances can lead to divorce, but I think having those open and candid conversations prior to even moving in with one another was important to have. Like, what are your expectations? Because I'm not going 50-50 on nothing. And I say that because, yes, I did. But the only reason I say that is because the first time he didn't ask that, but I just hate when people say that because number one, he was making more than me as a retired NFL player, number one. So what we going to be on? Like, you know what I mean? So those kind of conversations was needed to be had. So the expectations were clear prior to us living together. And then if we were going to be spending money on certain things, like, he's more impulsive than me. So I'm like, and he'll be like, we got to do this. And I'm kind of like a little more reserved when it comes to spending.
Right.
Some can say frugal if you want to, but I'm just more cautious and more like on the edge. So that was a little challenging in the beginning.
Okay. And what advice would you give to newlyweds?
Oh, I have one. Make sure that you have seen your partner in their worst state. Meaning, if they are angry or if they are upset, you should definitely see what they're like in that. Because I think when people be like, he changed or like he got mad and I ain't never seen that side of him. I need all of that before I commit to you. And I hope that I don't have to bring that out of you. But when you get upset, not even just with me, but when you get upset in public, when you get upset, with your family members, what does that dynamic look like? Because
at work or something's not going through for work or business opportunities.
What does that look like? So that was important for me.
I agree. And then I disagree a little bit. Knowing what I know, death changes people. Losing your job changes people. There's a lot of circumstances that can change that person. That's why when you get married, that for better and worse, because you might see something that you have never seen before. And there's a cause and effect, but it's your duty to be there with them through that. So I do come with no mask. I think people should come with no mask and with honesty and with the non-judging thing. I think in our community more than others, because unfortunately we're lacking information and it keeps continuing to grow. And that's even in finances and how you can get $2 million or how you can stack homes, Airbnb, through apartments, or like just it's a million different ways. So if you're not communicating and having those honest conversations and you're not also open, then also those sometimes come into reactions.
What do you feel? What are your thoughts on generational habits? You hear kind of about how things were in maybe your parents' marriage or how things worked for them, or you hear how generational, like you just mentioned in terms of communication, the lack of communication. Share information about that.
I think it goes back to those tough conversations. I've been part of teams my whole life where my teammate can cheat on my partner's teammate. They get in a fight and we still got to play the game the next day. Or somebody can stab somebody and get away with it, and then they got to play the game that Saturday. I went to Bama. It's SEC, it's NFL. So that's a level of teamwork and partnership that goes beyond the action of things that happen. I was raised in a home where my mom was abused. and she stayed in there for the wrong reasons. She came from a 2-parent home. So going back to the original questions, that was probably the difference. But I did have good love with my grandmother and my grandpa. But they had those tough conversations, and they taught me, and I heard them. So sometimes if I've seen some of the 2-parent homes that I know, their parents keep all the argument and all that stuff to them, so they don't get to hear it. They don't get to hear those tough conversations. They don't get to hear things they need to go through. Dang, you went through that?
Right.
And you stayed? Oh my God. Oh, you was broke how many times and y'all got out? Like, I've been in it. So going through 3 divorces as a kid, that has been one of our biggest. I'm so non-surface level, and I've heard everything, and I've had to be the middle of everything. And she has to a degree, but it hasn't been her sole responsibility. And so with that in mind, that has been probably our thing. And that's a continued thing of foundation and boundaries and everything that we try to navigate.
Right. And speak about that. Tell me, Katrina, about, those boundaries that you've kind of set, how you set the boundaries that you need within yourself for your mental health, for your advancement goals or whatever. And then the same, for Marquis. How did y'all set those boundaries without the other, your partner feeling like you're shutting them out or anything like that?
So before we actually moved in together, because we did move in prior to marriage, we moved in literally during COVID. So we bought a house. April 1, we closed 2020, and that was during COVID, right? And so we didn't get married till 2022. However, we had talked about boundaries before we moved in, and we wrote them down. We called them like the Johnson Book of Boundaries. And then we kind of wrote them down and said, okay, do you agree? What's your non-negotiables? That kind of thing. And kind of went over that prior to us moving in. Now, I will have to say that some of those boundaries have been crossed over the time. So I'm just going to be transparent about that. They've just been crossed because of life changes or just different reasons. But we try to just get back to what's your non-negotiable, and then is that am I suffering or am I sacrificing for that non-negotiable, right?
Oh, that's good. Suffering or sacrificing.
Right, because I think there's a difference. So it could feel like you're suffering, even though you'd say, he got some business that he want to take care of. He's going to be gone for a couple of weeks. That might be a sacrifice. I got to take care of the kids for a little bit so he can go ahead and do something. But if it's something else where I feel like I'm internally suffering from with your actions, we have to have a conversation about it, because this may lead to somewhere that we didn't think we would ever be. So I think people have to identify the sacrifice versus suffering, because they can get a little cloudy.
Yes, I am. When I talk, I'm literally writing notes, and I hope that you all are too, because again, this information is just not set for millennials. It's certainly for millennials who may be interested or desiring or thinking about getting married or being in a long-term relationship or even getting engaged. But also, Gen Z, my generation, whoever. This is for everyone. This is broad, right? Yeah. Sean said that's good. Yeah, y'all are speaking it, man. Timothy is funny. Timothy said, bruh said, you said that? I missed that part. Back when you said I ain't going 50-50 on nothing. That was funny.
No, he didn't say that. I just said it.
Right.
50-50. I was just making it clear I wasn't doing that.
Right, exactly. But again, this information is educational, and it's nothing like being able to be educated and also, entertained, because I think a lot of times it lightens the blow of what people think, especially making the decision to get married. That's a huge lifestyle change. And so for you, what was like a significant challenge that you guys had to overcome together since you've been married? What was something that was major, and then you were able to figure things out and figure your way?
I think I would say prior to marriage, it was me having to actually deal with, I don't want to say deal with, because that's not the term, but just being able to navigate through. He has a child, so I have a bonus daughter. and she is 11 now. But at the time, she was probably about, when I first met him, she was 5. And so now she's 11. So it's been a minute. But, I didn't really have to deal with gentlemen or dating men that had children and had to deal with a whole relationship outside of me, right? So that was a struggle for me in the beginning because, like he said, he comes from a background where it's a blended situation, and I come from a 2-parent household, so I didn't have to blend it immediately. Like, aunts and uncles, but not necessarily me with my parents. I never had to deal with that. Looking at an uncle or aunt do it is okay. I don't have to deal with that on a day-to-day basis. So I had to learn how to navigate his relationship with his child's mother. He's on the phone with her, and I'm like, why are you on the phone with her? What y'all talking about? It's an insecurity that you realize you don't have until you have to go through that.
Girl, you just made me happy. You know how long it would take for that to come out as an insecurity?
No, it's naturally.
That's how it came out, though. I'm surprised.
Yeah, it's naturally an insecurity. You may not realize that, but it's a natural insecurity because it's like but he had to make me feel secure in that, like reassure me, like, hey, we're just friends. Hey, we're this, and me and her have
co-parenting.
Yeah, me and her have never had a problem ever. But I didn't know what that looked like, and that aloneness, he had to kind of, make sure I was secure. And also, to be honest, he had to make sure that his child's mother was comfortable with me around her child, So it's not even like just about me, even though, that's what I want it to be about. But, he had to make sure, like, listen, I love you. You're my priority too, but I also have a daughter. And you also want the mom, if you have that healthy boundary, you want to make sure that she's healthy too, right? She got your child all the time, and you have her when you have her. So we don't want those problems. And so that was a challenge for me prior to marriage. We worked that out because there's really nothing for me to really be upset about after I went through it. But yeah.
Right.
What I noticed you called her, you didn't call her a stepchild. What did you call her?
Bonus
daughter.
What's that about? Why not stepchild or
I think
stepdaughter?
that's played out.
I don't believe in step anywhere, bro. I mean, I grew up like that. We don't do step around. It's either your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother. She just started
siblings and all of that.
Bonus cute. I like bonus. Bonus cute. Step is out the door though. But the bonus.
Because step just sounds so like Cinderella, like my ugly step.
It doesn't sound disconnected a little bit.
I guess it does.
I say bonus daughter. She calls me her bonus mom because she has a mother. Her mom is there for her in all capacities as a mother should be. So I'm not here to take or step on your mother's toes. I'm here as a parental figure in your life, and I am married to your father. So I am a parental figure. She listens to me. I buy her clothes. We go on our little, bonus mom, bonus daughter outings. But she has a mom. So, let's just keep it real. She has a parent. She has her mother.
Right. So let's talk about the kids. Who's the disciplinarian and who's more like, I know, but your babies are still pretty young, but they know the difference of who they can go to that's going to give them what they want immediately, or which one is it? Which one?
It's definitely me.
You
don't think I discipline?
You don't be popping kids.
Well, first off, putting your hands on a child is not necessarily discipline. But I have that stern, what you doing? Mom's supposed to
Girl, keep me going crazy on you till I come in and give him that voice. Hey, boy, sit down now. I let her say it about 3 times. On the 3rd time, I come out of nowhere and just. You're right. You're the disciplinarian.
I think I am.
You are.
He might not listen to me,
but you are the disciplinarian. Huh? You think?
When he's not, he listens in.
Yeah, I try to gentle parent. That don't work.
That is hilarious. And so how do you balance? I mean, you both have very, prominent, time-consuming careers. So how do you balance work, life, family, the kids, your own individual lives? How do you balance it all?
I don't know if there's ever really a balance. I feel like something's gonna lack, to be honest. Right. So whether that might be, God forbid, our sex life might lack because I'm tired, he's tired, you know, and we got 3 kids and we got to work and I got to run out to an event and you got to fly off somewhere. So something is going to lack somewhere. It's never a this. It's always a this. 1 minute we're like rocking it, like, okay, this is my schedule this week, this is your schedule. Okay, I'll pick up the kids, you pick up the kids, you go to your event, I might meet you out, let's call the babysitter. I mean, it's just a constant, you know. Then when we take a breath, where we might travel together or, you know, go on a date night or something like that. But, you know, but sometimes something's going to lack, and that's just completely real.
I would say because of that, that's probably why we end up moving where we moved to, in Atlanta Station, so we can just walk out the door. And if we need to just grab a quick drink, we can do it.
Yeah, you got work, life, play.
Yeah, so now I think in the recent, that has helped tremendously. Even if we need our own time, there's so many different things to do here at any time. And I've been my happiest in a while, even more than we had a house since we moved here by default.
Because we were living in farm, and then we in a house, and now we're in, you know, like a loft.
Throwing parties and stuff.
And so that helps with that, you know, because sometimes we just got to bring the kid, but we could just go outside and walk to a bar or walk to, you know what I mean? And they just chill. Yeah.
Or Tim Williams said, no, not the sex. Don't sacrifice sex.
Oh no, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like that. Sometimes I'm like, okay, who wants to give half energy into this? You know, I want a session, right? So, you know, get your energy up. I'll see you tomorrow. You know, but sometimes it's like that.
That's right.
No, get your energy.
Put that on. Don't put that on Keith's energy.
Marquis said that him.
Don't put it on.
But I'm just saying, it's really, when people say balance, honestly, it's really, it's not a balance. It's one thing might be better than the next. It's just, you know, week to week.
It's a job to make it a balance, and you have your good quarters and you have your bad quarters. You know, but as long as you're honest with them and you know where they're coming from. Oh, we lacked here, or you have the powwows. Something we used to do back in Vegas, I would say Honesty Fridays, where you can name a couple things, maybe 1 or 2 things, and you can't get mad at them at all. You sit down on Fridays, you say, hey, these 2 things that might have bothered me, or the 2 things that I like, whatever. That whole, your feelings, you gotta leave it at the door. You can't say nothing back, you can't do anything. And we used to do that, bring that back. We used to do that back in the day. Highs and lows at the dinner table. Your highs and lows at the dinner table is another one where you may say the low for the day, but you always got to end with a high. You know what I mean? They go through it. So my low might have been, man, I didn't get to close that deal that I thought to. They're gonna extend it to Friday. But my high could have been I woke up, or it could be anything. You know what I mean? So some of the things but it comes out though. And sometimes we just ask, how are you? Nobody say what they're supposed to say. Or they say, how are you doing? Or do you need anything? Some people just say, whoever you're dealing with, whether it's business or in a relationship, they just won't give up those things, man, and it makes it hard, and then it dominoes. So some of those little powwows that you can have at the dinner table, when you put your phone aside, or even when you're at a date night for the first hour, put your phone aside, it goes a long way in your relationship.
Really? I love that. Honesty Fridays. I absolutely like highs and lows of the day. Man, y'all are dropping jewels, nuggets, giving the tea straight. I mean, I love it. I absolutely love it. That you are engaging with each other, like having these conversations and incorporating these things to build and make and continue to have a very strong relationship, pouring into each other, being your biggest advocates. How do you, what other things do you do to boost each other up or to encourage, your individual morals and just keep things going in terms of, encouraging him when he's low? What things do you do? And what things do you do if she's feeling a little down or things aren't working out? How do you continue to pour into each other aside from these awesome moments together?
I'm giving away my secret. I go back to the basics. Like, she like to eat. She like to go out. She like music. She like drinking. Sometimes it's really for her.
I like drinking. I
love drinking. Sometimes it's just that easy for her. Especially if I cook some chicken, like her meals. Sometimes, man, it's like having those weapons, and that's all I'm saying is just going back to friendship is all I'm saying.
Right.
Your friends by default, or even there's a delay, you build the time to get to know that person. You say, oh, they like this. I saw how they react when I do this. She really is about the simple things. Simple things go a long way with her. Even in the dark, I can come out something, make a smile, do something, and then she go, you know what I mean? She a little pistol out here. So by default, I'm always trying to entertain, make her happy, X, Y, and Z, that's just her. You know, them Gemini, they give it all to you.
And I think going back to like love languages, really understanding, you know, what the love languages are, because I feel like sometimes when it comes to love languages, like my love language is quality time and acts of service. Like they're like neck and neck, and his is more, you know, words of confirmation. But the thing is that when but you tend to project your love language onto somebody else, right? So I'm like, hey, let's go downstairs and have a drink real quick, and he might just need me to say, you look really handsome today.
Right.
So it's harder if that's not your love language. So he'll compliment me all day, but that's not my love language. I appreciate it, but it's not my love language. So it doesn't do for me as it would do for him. And I think recognizing that, like, if I just want to go have a good time and I'm like, hey, I want to just go downstairs and they got some live music, let's just do that. His love language is not necessarily quality time, but he'll still do it. And me, I have to be like, he likes words of affirmation, so let me make sure I compliment him today, or just talk to him in a way that he can receive what I'm saying. And sometimes that can get lost in the shuffle of every day to day too. So trying to get back to the basics, like he said, is important, but it do take work, because it's not as easy as it ain't as easy as
she ain't being honest. She want to be out all day. She want to start in the morning. She want to do, y'all don't see on Instagram, the new dating is millennial dating, right? Millennial dating. In Atlanta, they talk about men, how much it costs for an average date. Nothing wrong with it. I like kicking it too. But she like hot all the way.
You turning up, Katrina. I absolutely love it.
Rooftop hop. I mean,
you at the rooftop, yeah, and then summer, spring, the transition is happening. Like everybody outside.
I love it.
Oh my goodness, y'all, I have to have y'all back on. Y'all were absolutely amazing, and you have shared some resources, some tools, some advice, nuggets that people will be able to take with them and incorporate in their lives and their relationships to help their marriages and relationships to blossom and be the best that it can absolutely be. So before you go, tell everyone what you're working on, or about your projects or your company, and how they can follow you on social media.
Sure. So I'll go first. You can follow me at Miss Trina Elise. I have a PR firm called the Highsmith Group, so you can look me up online or on Instagram. It's a public relations and marketing firm, and we specialize in fashion, nonprofit, and lifestyle brands. And I also have an online store called it's called K Elise, but Shop K Elise is the website. So shopkalise.com. And it's basically bringing sexy back to the bedroom. So therefore, I sell nightwear for women. And Marquis?
Like I said earlier, my behavioral health clinic will be open in Atlanta in August. We're going to DC, Fayetteville, and Philly. We're in network with all insurances, so we'll be able to cover about 30 insurances. Even if you just need Adderall, even down to that, or you really need some counseling service, group therapy, drug and addiction, even for marijuana, cannabis, and fentanyl, and Suboxone. We can treat anything. So it will be called Reset. It's called Reset, I'm sorry. Reset Wellness and Recovery. I don't have that information yet, but when I do, the website will be live in 2 weeks. It'll be live in 2 weeks. I'll send that information to you so you can blast it.
Please do. And when you have your grand opening and you're promoting it, please share that information with me. I love to be there and love to support. I love what both of you are doing, and I send love, light, peace, and prayers to you and your family.
Thank you.
Keep doing what you're doing.
That's so nice. Thank
you so much. Absolutely.
Bye, everybody.
PopShots ATL is an amazing 360 photo booth and event photography company that knows how to capture memories like nobody else. Their 360 photo booths are sleek and totally customizable with props and backdrops that'll have your guests flexing for the cameras. And check this out, y'all. They have a social media sharing feature that lets everyone show off their pictures and keep those memories alive long after the party is over. PopShots ATL takes exceptional care of their customers and pays attention to every little detail. So if you're looking to add some serious fun and unforgettable vibes to your event, PopShots ATL is the perfect choice. For more information, visit PopShotsATL.com. That's PopShotsATL.com.
PopShots.
DiDi.
Wasn't that good?
No. I know, that's pretty good. That was a good episode, man. I tell you what, man, they'll make somebody want to go and get married, man. They'll do it. They'll do it now.
You know what? I love the fact that I love Black love. And that was a pure example of not just millennial love, millennial marriage, but Black love. And the fact that they support each other, the fact that he's doing the work. I mean, I had no clue. I really didn't know where and how we were going to flow through with this and how the conversation was going to go. But man, I mean, I laughed. I have been educated. I've learned. I've been entertained because they were funny as hell.
They were very entertaining.
Marquis is just like a Florida boy, though. He's from Florida.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Oh boy. Well, shouts out to Timothy. Tim was on there and he was chiming in. Rosetta is here and Tanya is in the building. Shouts out to everyone that's logged in with us. Maejor, I think I'm ready.
You're ready. Okay. Blackronym's in the building, DiDi. So, DiDi, I know that people who haven't seen this show last season are probably wondering what in the hell is a blackronym. Well, DiDi, we cannot actually discuss a blackronym without giving you a little backstory on what an acronym is. Now, you guys have probably heard about acronyms. An acronym is a word created by combining the first letter or syllable of each word into a phrase to create a new word. Here are some examples you might be familiar with. FOMO, fear of missing out. Right? PIN is actually an acronym. It stands for Personal Identification Number. I didn't know that, and I bet you didn't know that either. Right?
I did not know about that.
No, straight up. So
the first one, fear of missing out.
FOMO, fear of missing out. Yeah, that's a new thing. Apparently, that's a new thing. So then, basically. Yeah, FOMO, fear of missing out. That's a real thing, DiDi. So when you say what is a blackronym? Well, we just kind of flip the blackronym around. And basically, it's just like an acronym, but it's a series of letters meant to signify short phrases. However, these phrases might be familiar to you if you grew up in a Black household. Here are a few examples of some blackronyms. DiDi, are you ready for some blackronyms, DiDi?
I'm ready, but I need y'all to help.
Guys, right, because DiDi sucked at this. She sucked at right. She did terrible last season, guys. So you gotta help her out.
Yes.
So this is now look. All of these are ones that y'all should know if you grew up in a Black household. So here go the first blackronym. So put it in the comments if you know what this is. YLJYLUAD. What could that possibly be? You got it? You on the You have no idea.
Oh my God.
What? No. Well, you think you know what it means?
I know it's you. Is it you look?
You look. Who in the comments know what this one is? You look. You look what? Just.
April said she doesn't know. She doesn't know. So y'all help me out with this. YLJLYUAD. You. So the first is you look. Is that correct?
You look. That is correct, DiDi. You look. I'll give you the third word. Just. Now, I know y'all done heard this phrase. You look just like
your ugly ass daddy.
You look just like your ugly ass daddy. Blackronym. in the building.
Y'all,
So
Maejor
I'm gonna tell you why.
these up.
I'm gonna tell you, I didn't make this up, DiDi. First of all, I didn't make this up. This is something that we really hear in the Black community. Now, some of us probably did not hear this growing up because a lot of us didn't have dads. Moving on, DiDi. So the next Black acronym, this one. Now you got to know this.
Oh
one.
my goodness.
You got to know this one. Now this one is something your mother might say to you if you say something outlandish to her that she really just don't believe. Now I need y'all in the comments to get active.
I was gonna say, didn't I? Dang, but that's not. Didn't I tell you? It's not. Let me see.
Nah, I don't know. I don't know what you on.
That's
Who
not
in the comments know? No, it's the no, it's not. It's not.
It doesn't start with didn't I? Y'all help me out, April.
Y'all are doing. April, where you at? April don't know. Tim don't know. Tim had a lot to say. Bria, what is this?
D-I.
Oh, you walk up to your mother and you say, hey mom, I'm going to spend the night over at Jasmine's house, and your mother say Jasmine is out of town with her parents. Where the hell are you really going? Do I look?
Oh, do I look like
Boo with a fool? Do I look like Boo with a fool? Okay, DiDi, you told me before that you grew up in the hood, in a Black neighborhood, and I'm less and less. Am I buying into that? All right.
Do I look like Boo Boo the fool?
So this Black acronym, guys. This is a Black acronym that you better know this one. This is when you get to talking to your mother crazy. Now this is something your mother gonna say to you when you get to talking to her crazy. And I know you heard this. Now if you're a female, your mother has
I know this one. I know this one.
Your mother has had to say this.
I'm not one of your little friends.
I'm not one of your little friends, DiDi. So yeah, I know. DiDi, you telling on yourself. You are telling on yourself. Okay. See, now y'all catching on. Y'all think I made these up. I didn't make none of these up. All right. This one pisses me off. I'm gonna tell you this now. This one right here pisses me off. Now, have you ever loaned somebody? Because it need to be. Have you ever loaned somebody some money, DiDi, and you tried to get your money back? And then they tell you, come on. Now, whoever get this one is gonna get $1 from me, a personal $1 in the Cash App. Now, I normally don't give up my own money, but I will give a personal $1. What is it? Oh, okay.
What is it? He said
what
he
is
knows.
It, Levi? He said he know. This is an easy one. You have to know this one. Hey, look, man, I done loaned some money out, and I'm trying to get my bread back, and then it's a hard time to get my bread back. This is something somebody might say.
No, it's not an A. That's not A. Like A. No. Just help me out. Give me a clue.
As long as I
owe you, you never.
There you go.
Oh, as long as I owe you, you never. Oh, you'll never go broke. Oh,
yeah, them right there is fighting words. Them fighting words, DiDi, for sure. Stop me when I put one up that you haven't heard.
Oh gosh.
Okay. Now this one,
like it's supposed to be saying.
It's a itch. They're like it's a itch, but it don't say itch.
Yeah, it does.
What?
If you.
So this. Yeah, you got the first one. You got the first two.
If you something,
This is okay. So this is, imagine you're a kid and your mother says something to you, and you know as a kid you hear everything, but you want to act like you didn't hear it, and you might go, huh? And your mother would.
If you can, you can hear.
Damn straight. If you can, you can hear. DiDi, you winning. DiDi about to get this $1, guys. DiDi is about to get this $1. DiDi gonna get this $1.
All right.
I think I got one more here for you. And I believe in miracles. Yeah. This is the last one. All
I see is bad in there. I don't.
Yeah. So this one, I believe that everybody in the comments section.
Just like if you know, the one is if.
Oh yeah.
K.
Is that what you were hoping for, DiDi?
I was hoping for that because I don't.
Okay. Well, this is one that I know almost everybody who grew up in a Black household has heard.
Okay.
And this is about when somebody tell you what you gonna do, and you respond with this little number here. You know what this is. I don't have to do
nothing. I was gonna say I don't have to do a damn thing, but that's not it.
You got the first few, DiDi. Somebody help her out. Y'all know what this one is.
Nothing. Oh! I know it. Yep. I'm going out like a champ. Let me sit up.
Okay.
I don't have to do nothing but stay black and die.
Boom, DiDi. And look, I'm proud of you, man. You did it. Yes. All right, DiDi. I am so impressed by you. DiDi, I'm gonna send you that $1 cash app.
That was a great.
$1
Yeah,
cash app.
let me get me.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna send you $1.
Let me get my
you earned $1 for sure.
Oh my goodness.
Well, guys, that's gonna do it for our game of Black News.
Yes,
I do hope you enjoyed that and got as much out of that as I got out of it.
Absolutely, absolutely. What an amazing episode 4. Tonight was off the glass. Like, I am just so excited and honored to have had Marquis and Katrina here with us to share their story about love and marriage as a millennial couple. And shouts out to Maejor, of course, for bringing that Blackronym back. And I think I started to do better at the end. But listen, guys, we want you to stay in touch with us. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel so that you can see all of our shows. You can be engaged. You can be entertained. You can be educated. We want to make sure that you don't miss a thing. And we do have highlights. We do have giveaways. We got a lot of great things planned for this season. So you don't want to miss out on it. So like, share, and subscribe. And if you are working or you're unable to actually watch us on YouTube, we're streaming on all of your favorite platforms. So you can check us out there on Apple Music, Spotify, our iHeartRadio, all of your favorites. We are there. So you can just pop us in and listen while you're working out or you're doing your favorite thing. Again, shouts out to you guys. Remember, we need your help to tell us so that Maejor and I, as a collective, a group, team, together, don't get sued by using the Sky team. So give us some suggestions on
man, because we'll be on here next week with Let's Talk About It with Maejor. Wishing DiDi Skky was here, man. I'm telling you, I can't do the show alone, DiDi. I like you to clean this up.
It's been real. So much fun tonight, guys. Shouts out to our sponsors tonight, WHISKED by GENO and PopShots ATL. We will see you guys. And you know what I say? Oh, before I go, follow me on all of my social media platforms, the DiDi Skky on everything. You can find me there. And Maejor, tell them how they can check you out.
Don't check me out. Don't follow me. You better come to the Let's Talk About It podcast if you're thirsty. All right. Bye, DiDi.
Bye, y'all. Have a good one. You know what I say before I go. Go for your goals. Reach for the stars because the sky has no limit. We'll see you next time. Good night.